Adrian is fan of the day. You win a copy of Chef John McLemore's Dadgum That's Good cookbook. Congratulations. If you want to be fan of the day, go to our website, NBCPhiladelphia.com, and search The 10 Show. Then click on the link that says Fan of the Day, or you can sign up on our Facebook or our Twitter page.
You're going to miss saying the title of that book, aren't you?
I'm going to miss saying the title of the book?
Yeah, you seem like you have a lot.
That good. Well,
see,
you know,
every time you say it, it seems like you're having lots of fun.
I like it. You know, it brings me back to some of my southern roots. Dadgum.
Yeah, nobody was speaking like that in Paris, I have to say.
No, they weren't.
No.
Howard, they were speaking, "Oh, Bill, we are so happy you are here. And why did you not get Luann the croissant she asked for?" That's what they would be saying.
Wait a minute, I tried. I had croissants there. I just ate them all before I came home. That's the way it goes.
Well, it is nice that you brought back the interviews with Angelina Jolie and Johnny Depp. What in the world was that like?
Well, it was really interesting to sit down with them. First, you get to see the film The Tourist, which was an enjoyable film to watch, but then to be able to sit down and talk to them about the process of making the film made it that much more interesting. Take a look.
Fasten your seatbelts for a fast-paced trip overseas. Along for the ride, Angelina Jolie as Elise Ward, a woman out to deceive in order to save her man. And that's none other than Johnny Depp as the unsuspecting Frank Tupelo.
I'm Elise.
I'm Frank.
That's a terrible name.
The opening scene follows Angelina Jolie to Place Colette in this cafe. It's a quiet start to a wild ride that'll take you across Europe and make you the tourist.
I want it to be the ultimate tourist experience. I mean, maybe you don't really want to be shot at while you're being a tourist, and you don't want to be dragged through the water by a speedboat. But you know, apart from that, I think it was supposed to feel like being a tourist the best way. So I'm glad you felt that.
And action. That's Academy Award-winning director Florian Henkel von Donnersmarck, who is essentially your travel agent for the film, and as such has booked Johnny Depp into a very un-Depp-like role. This guy was pretty average. Was that a bit of a challenge?
Yeah, that was the challenge, you know. That was the challenge. That was the intrigue for me. Playing Frank as a everyday guy, you know, the normal man, the everyman, the guy who's never left the country, one of those sort of beings that floats across life.
That floating takes Tupelo directly in the path of a very determined woman who's out to protect her man, Elise Ward, a woman who always manages to keep her cool.
She is very much a lady. She's very English, very well-mannered. And I had to learn a lot to be more like her.
Did you have to turn to anyone for inspiration for this character, if this character is unlike Angelina Jolie?
Funny enough, my 2-year-old daughter, Vivian, is very, very Elise. She has a, she was born very girl, so she has that natural way of just being female.
So for this role, you were channeling a 2-year-old.
I was channeling a 2-year-old. And people are buying it so far, so don't say too much.
Do you have other children that you'll be channeling in the future for other roles?
All my kids have been in different films. I think if you... Shiloh, Salt, they're all there somewhere.
Tell me about Elise Ward.
She's in love with a criminal who she hasn't seen for a few years, and she's being trailed by the police.
And that's where British-born actor Paul Bettany comes in, hoping to nab the elusive criminal Alexander Pierce.
Grab him. It's a really simple part. He's a driven human being who's something of a maverick, and it just so happens that he has met his match chasing this man down, and he can't quite believe it.
Most of that chase takes place in Venice, Italy. And though The Tourist is a modern film, it has a definite nod for the past.
I was willing to shoot Captain Reno, and I'm willing to shoot you.
I tend to watch a lot of old films, as you miss that film where you get just quickly taken into another world, and you just have a lovely time, and it's beautiful places, and intrigue, and fun, and romance, and it's just something lovely about it.
When I was watching the train scene, I was reminded of North by Northwest. And I thought, did that come to mind to anyone while you were shooting that?
Yes, we definitely were aware that we were walking a fine line and doing something that had this kind of old movie feel, but wanted to make it modern enough for for today's audiences.
And just like those classic films, The Tourist has enough twists and turns, intrigue and suspense to keep you guessing to the very end. But wait, the final twist came after seeing the film.
Angelina told me that she was channeling her 2-year-old daughter, Vivian, for the role that she played on film. Did you know about that?
No, my God. I mean, she doesn't seem like a baby to me in that film. I mean, Vivian's a well-behaved child, but I haven't seen many similarities to Elise. I think she was playing with you. She often does that.
And I thought I had it all figured out. The Tourist lands today in theaters nationwide.
I don't regret it, you know, kissing you.
So it is a wild ride across Europe, and it was a fun ride, too, and you really don't know what's happening until the very end.
All right, Angelina, she seems like very kind of intimidating. Is she at all?
Well, the whole process, I mean, you go and you wait. You're there waiting for hours for your time to go and talk with them. But
right.
I have to say, I think, you know, watching it back, I think she was very comfortable to talk to. She's very engaging. When she's looking at you and talking to you at first, she's looking right into your eyes.
Right. But now what about Johnny Depp saying it's so hard to play somebody normal? I mean, you know.
Well, you take a look at Johnny.
Yeah.
And he's a different kind of guy. But that's just who he is. So he isn't the average guy that's hopping on a train on his first trip to Europe.
Right.
So for him, it was a bit of a challenge. I mean, interestingly enough, he's a guy from the U.S. He lives in France. He obviously has a bit of an accent right now. He's wearing some outfit that almost looks like it's a costume. You walk in, you smell the aroma from his hand-rolled cigarette or cigar, whatever he's smoking, and you know you're hanging out with not the average guy. But beyond that, he's really down to earth, really fun to hang out with. And Florian and Angelina and Johnny all told me how much fun they had. They were laughing their heads off the entire time. Johnny telling jokes and Angelina laughing. And Florian said he was having too much fun to yell cut.
Oh, wow. Well, I've got to go see the movie now.
And, well, you're in good shape because it opens today nationwide.
Woo! All right. Okay, still ahead on The 10 Show.